What's up, fight fans and cannabis activists alike? We are back with another edition of My Marijuana Chronicles, sponsored as always by our good friends at O2 Vape. Make sure you check them out, o2vape.com. Use promo code MyMMANews at checkout for 20% off your order. The most innovative vape technology around, hands down. Get yourself one. I love mine. Use it every day. Promise you, you'll love yours too. MyMMANews at checkout for 20% off your order. Also, make sure you get your official My Marijuana Chronicles official gear at MMATCode.com. Get it now. The only true MMA podcast, combat sports podcast around, period. So without further ado, we have Serena, the Southpaw Outlaw DeJesus. She's here to join us and talk to us about how much cannabis has helped her, not only inside the cage, but outside of the cage as well. With the Southpaw Outlaw being a pro MMA fighter, she deals with the woes and dealings and training injuries every single day. But on top of that, her being one of the only pro fighters that's autistic, she deals with hypersensitivity to light and sounds, and cannabis just helps majorly with helping with coping with the discomfort. So she is here to talk about that, how much the mighty marijuana plant has helped her, and so much more. It is my honor to talk to my friend Serena, the Southpaw Outlaw DeJesus. Reenzilla, what's going on, homegirl? How are you?
I'm doing good. Had a heavy day of training, and I taught kids, and now I'm back home just relaxing. I'm also dog sitting, because that's something I do on the side because I love animals and I love helping people. So there's that. And for me, it's Cali Orange tonight for me. So
Cali Orange tonight. Let's see. I got a label maker for everything that I've been using lately. So right now it's Applejack that I have, but only because I've been noticing if I stock up and get too much and then I don't label it, my mind gets lost and I start being like, hold on, what's that? Then it'll be like midday. I'll hit an indica. I'm ready for a nap. Nobody can have that. So, but a friend with weed, indeed. So, like I said, I started out by talking about high rollers. We had a ball at HQ when we went, got to enjoy the vibe. So tell me about your overall experience with high rollers. And given that you're a stoner and does some grappling herself, I don't know.
I would love to go on a high rollers event because, man, those events are fun. Like, they had perfect music, perfect competitors, perfect A+, immaculate vibes everywhere. So I love them. And I would not say no to grappling for them anytime. But, I don't know if it's 35 or 45, because if this is not MMA, I might as well just, kind of enjoy myself a bit. Maybe I'll fight up at 45 or something if I'm doing some grappling, especially for blue belts. So, and who doesn't want to ever run the chance of winning a pound of weed? Come on.
Right. I totally get it. Now, you could tell me to mind my business, but obviously there's many uses for the plant. My reason being it helps huge with anxiety now, whereas others utilize it for rest, recovery, and you fighters have so many reasons to utilize. Serena, what is your reason? Why do you utilize the magnificent cannabis plant?
Mostly it's my sensory issues because light and noise, I deal with it, but it's just a bit more than the average population with me being autistic and everything. And just sometimes I just don't like being touched. Sometimes my skin feels like it's kind of on fire. This is coming from somebody who gets hit in the face and gets their joints all mangled and shit, not liking this. So weed kind of helps me with all that stuff. I mean, I also do CBD for the times I need to be a bit sober, not stoner. See there. But yeah, it's been great. Also for my sleep, because of me hearing everything. I'm near a train yard. I'm hearing people's dogs bark at night. I'm hearing helicopters. I'm hearing planes and stuff. So sleep's really hard. And as an athlete, you need to sleep. Like, you're cutting weight and you're not resting. Well, guess what? Your cortisol is up, so's your weight, So I need to sleep. So it's been used for that as well. And like you said, we're in the hurt business. So I don't hurt as much. It's better than popping, pain pills. I mean, your liver can only handle so much Tylenol at a time, right?
Yeah, that's usually the theory that they go by. So with so many athletes coming forward with fighting the stigma, off the top of my head, I can name off Elias Theodore being one of them, Sugar Sean and O'Malley, if you want to go that route. High rollers, obviously, doing their thing. The Diaz brothers, the OGs. I could go on, but you catch my drift. With so many prominent athletes, do you still feel like there's a lasting stigma that we're still fighting?
Mm-hmm. not even just in the sport, it's just everybody saying, oh, you have no lungs because you smoke weed. I'm sorry, I think I have a pretty good cardio tank. And then we also have like, oh, if you're a stoner, you know, it's somehow equivalent to a performance enhancing drug. The only thing that weed enhances is how many sleeves of Oreos I eat in a sitting. That's it. Other than that, like, honestly, sometimes I just want to take a nap more than anything. So, but we still have that thing like, oh, they somehow have an advantage because they're stoned. Don't feel one.
No. Do you utilize anything else? I mean, I know you said CBD, but as far as like rubs, tinctures, oils, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
do you? Yeah.
All of it.
What's your daily
CBD,
regimen look like?
THC bath bombs. My favorite thing to use is this 1-to-1 ratio balm called Nordic Goddess. That is what I used when I had a really catastrophic injury and didn't know it quite yet. And it kind of helps cover the pain. Oh, God, dog. That is going on the blooper reel. That's the blooper reel right there. Whoops.
All
God,
good.
where'd you God?
All good. All good. I'm
Okay,
here.
we're safe now. Okay, that will not happen again. So I use balms, I use oils, I use lotions, I use it all. It's great. And I have gummies. Haven't tried wax though. That's on the to-do list. But look, I don't have cool friends. Well, okay. I have a friend, but she's not cool. She doesn't
You know, we got different perspective after this shit.
PFL's Elena Kolesnik is not a weed smoker, ladies and gentlemen. She is not.
I know, it's upsetting. And then even my dog's upset at this, Elena. So,
So, I mean,
like I said,
with everything going on, including the dog barking, but no, with everything going on, the advancements being made daily, do you think it's one of those things anymore that it should even be tested for? I mean, it's starting to light up state by state, and
here's my opinion on that. If someone's not getting in trouble for having alcohol before their fights, which I've looked in a lot of states, they don't have clear written language like, hey, you can't have a drink or two before you go fight. If they don't test for alcohol, you know what? Then don't test for weed. They're both, things you just enjoy. They are not going to give you any advantage or disadvantage. I mean, unless you're getting absolutely fucked up backstage. And by that time, some commissioners need to be talked to.
Now, with steps being made in the right direction, how far off do you think we are from having cannabis removed from the banned substance list, or do you think it's going to stay?
Well, I think it's going to stay mostly because of the attitude of cannabis in other nations, because Olympic testing is WADA, and we're still making very slow progress internationally on like how weed is perceived. Now, will it come off the USADA list? Sure, why not? But will other athletic commissions lighten up? Well, that depends on how their government is and their stance to weed. If they're still very much anti-weed, I doubt said athletic commission is going to go and have it legal for obvious reasons.
Right.
So
now,
we still got a ways. I would say maybe in a decade or so things might change, but
before we start closing it down, as far as this conversation goes, do you have a favorite strain for yourself that, let's just start painting a picture here. You come home, it's a long day. You got done teaching the kids class. You're done training yourself. You get cleaned up and you find an eighth of blank on your kitchen table. How does Reenzilla make it a perfect evening?
Wedding cake. That's a good one.
And then how do you make that perfect evening? How do you unwind and like calm down, enjoy your wedding cake and make it count?
I have a wooden pipe because I'm old school like that. It has a little mesh covering. I just light it up. I go in the hammock out back and maybe have the fire pit going and then just have some tunes in my ear and just relax and look at the stars.
All right. So I will start closing it down with rapid fire. I need you to answer as quick as possible. Sativa or indica?
Sativa.
Joint or blunt?
Joint.
Bong or bowl?
Bong.
I already know the answer because you answered earlier. Edibles or dabs? You said you haven't tried dabs.
So Edibles. I need some cool friends with weed.
Next time I come out to
I already
Vegas,
have a cool friend, but she's kind of sober. But like,
next time I come out to
I'm
Vegas,
sorry.
you are ripping dabs with me, and that is just all that's going to happen.
Go.
Grateful Dead or Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg.
Super Troopers or Half Baked?
Super Troopers.
Wake and Bake or Buds Before Bed?
Buds Before Bed.
All right. And final question for you. Any listeners, fans, or athletes that may be listening that having some ailments that they might have considered cannabis before, but they don't know much about it? Obviously, we're not doctors, but give them your words of advice.
I would say, from my experience, seeing my mom going through a traumatic surgery, having seen edibles help her just as much as narcotics, knowing that she can get the same pain relief without having to kill her liver, I say take advantage of your health. I say, if you live in a state where it's recreational, give it a go. See where we go from there. But I would say give it a shot, not only for your liver. CBD helps your brain. If you live in a state with CBD, go for it as well. But when I had that balm that helped me out with my surgical pains more than anything else, I was sold.